We have lived in Summit and in this neighborhood for about 15 years.
I've lived here since May of 1996.
Besides the Kronoviches, we were the first ones. We were the first ones here.
We were.
I think 15 years.
16 years. We bought the house April 30th, 16 years ago.
So I remember the first person that I met in the neighborhood was the VDs. My husband Jim, who normally doesn't interact with people, came over and said, "Hey, there's a family there who have children about our kids' age, and the mom stays home, and you should come over and meet them."
When I came to look at the house, I met Mrs. Garibaldi outside. But the one that really struck me is I met Mrs. Lusardi. And she was the nicest lady in the world, and she was pregnant at the time, and she had little Sophia. And she said, "Oh, I'm so happy to have you here." And she was just the sweetest, most welcoming woman in the world.
My favorite memory. Ooh. There's so many. I would say probably some of our block parties that we had. Those were a lot of fun. Some of our Halloween parties also were a lot of fun. And over the years, they've been in multiple locations, and they've always been good. Our Christmas parties too are a lot of fun. I guess all of our parties and our times together are my favorite thing.
Well, it's been important to me to have a community like ours because I grew up in a very small town. When I moved here and eventually met all the neighbors and we started doing everything together. We must have had about 8 or 9 planned parties during the year.
I think it's a great way for your kids to grow up. I think a community shows your children responsibility, family, structure.
I think it's amazing to have a community like ours. I grew up in a community like ours, and I think what we have here, it almost seems unnatural in this day and age. And I think, I feel incredibly special to be in a community like this, but more importantly, for my kids to have grown up in a community like this is one of the most important things I could have done for them.
I think it is very important because for the most part, none of us have family that live in Summit, and we have become a family to each other. I think we're all connected. I think we all love hard. Sometimes we can fight and bicker, but we're there to support each other and raise each other up.
I think the most important thing is to feel loved, and that's what I feel for my neighbors.